Welcome to your very first soft-spoken ASMR hypnotic session with me. My name is Rapex, and before we indulge further in this session, I want to thank you for joining me today. We have so much time in this world, in this life, but that time is limited, which can make it so precious. And I'm grateful that today or tonight that you are giving me your time, that you're interested in what I have to say and what I am here to provide. I want you to think about a couple of words though. Words like peace, tranquility, relaxation, and harmony. And very deeply think of those words and what enters your mind. If it is a person, a place, a sound, taste, or smell. There's so many different things in the world that can give us that positive energy. And it's important to always remember that no matter how dark it is, there's always light out there for you to find. Which fortunately, you've stumbled upon in seeing me. But who am I exactly? You know my name, but you don't know my appearance. Well, I want you to look at me right now. I am a very, very soft and fluffy Novabeast with a color palette that consists of white and grays and black, some highlights of red with these yellow, vibrant eyes. And what I want you to think about now is my hand raising up in front of you, holding this pendulum. And with that pendulum, I'm gently moving it from one side to the other. On that pendulum is this hypnotic spiral that is gently moving around in a circle. Something like that as a visual can catch your attention very well. It can almost make time feel frozen, that you're just focusing on this one thing. And as well with that focus, hopefully you're really listening to that voice of mine, growing more and more relaxed by the minute. But there's so much more that we can do than just communicate and watch as a pendulum moves with a hypnotic pattern. Maybe I could take my other hand and gently brush your head, weaving my fingers through your hair and moving that hand down to your cheeks, going up and down, brushing them with each individual finger almost being a paintbrush. And we could go underneath that chin, gently stroking it with one finger, and maybe to those ears too, maybe massaging them with my thumb, or just gently caressing them. Hopefully that's making you feel much, much more relaxed, because sometimes that's something we need to not feel like a ghost in this world, to not feel invisible, to hear that voice talk into your ears, make you feel special, make you feel valued, that you matter. But of course, providing that affection, that comfort, because it's one thing trying to inspire or motivate someone, but it's another when you take that and combine that relaxation and that warmth. It feels good thinking about that hand continuing to brush your face, doesn't it? That soft, soft fur, especially those beans on each digit on the palm of my hand. Just going all around through that hair, those ears, those cheeks, under that chin. I'm glad you're feeling more relaxed. But what could we think about now as I continue to brush your face and sway that pendulum around with that hypnotic pattern? Maybe we could think about those words I said earlier. Person, place, sound, taste, or smell. Each word can really make that imagination just explode in possibilities and flavor. Already, though, we have a person right here being me, providing you so much relaxation. It's nice feeling calm and at peace. I'm glad you're enjoying that soft, soothing voice of mine and that vocabulary from my personality. But we could think about some other things too, as I continue to brush that face and sway that pendulum with that hypnotic pattern around. Maybe we could think about some places. And with that, there are so many endless possibilities. We could think about a beautiful beach with the sun out, shining on the sand. The sky is blue with those clouds being so fluffy and soft. And the waves of that ocean just going up and down on the shore, making a swooshing sound. It's a pretty beautiful environment, isn't it? And there could be tropical fruits there, like pineapples, mangoes, with palm trees too. But an environment like that can be flipped upside down. Instead of it taking place during the day, we could think about it taking place during the night, or at a time closer to the night, maybe when that sun is setting and the sky is orange, or maybe when that sun is gone and only the moon is out. Those stars are sparkling in the sky, being so bright and beautiful. That atmosphere is so much darker, but very calm too. And we could think about another calm, dark environment as well. Maybe one taking place in a forest with a cabin. during the summer. We could be outside of that cabin next to a campfire, and that fire is so beautiful, glowing with colors of red and orange and yellow and white. And as it burns on that wood, those ashes are flying into the sky. But there's a sound that is coming from that campfire too, that crackling and burning of that wood. It's very, very relaxing to think about. Let's paint that picture more with that imagination in this location. Around us, with this campfire, during the night, this forest, this cabin. There are trees, these pine trees all around. Not only is the moon out with the stars, but there are fireflies too, just flying around in the dark, and then glowing green or yellow, just for a couple seconds. But similar to that beach, taking place during the summer, during the day, and then taking place during the night, we can do something similar here, still taking place during the night, but instead of this cabin and forest, having that atmosphere of the summer, with that heat and temperature, we could change it to taking place during the winter. Now, during the winter, we wouldn't be outside near a campfire. We'd be inside, snuggled up in a blanket, either on a couch or a bed, next to a fireplace, still hearing that crackling and burning with that wood. But we could look outside and see that beautiful snow, almost sparkling like the stars up above. And it feels so good being in that cozy cabin, so toasty, in contrast to being outside in the winter with that snow that's so cold. Just wrapped in the coziest of blankets, feeling so, so warm. With that couch or that bed, that cushioning feeling so squishy and soft. It feels great. And in that environment as well, I want you to think about me being there, with that pendulum still moving in my hand, that hypnotic pattern continuing to twirl and spin and rotate. And of course, with that other hand, still gently brushing your face. Of course, we could mix things up though, in a cozy environment like this. Maybe you could be laying in my lap, with your back resting against my chest and stomach. It feels so much better than any blanket, right? That soft, fluffy fur. I could even move those legs and thighs of mine around yours, wrapping them around your body, making you feel so much more comfortable and closer to me. Of course, I could wrap those arms around you too. With that left hand still moving that pendulum in front of you, and that right hand just brushing your face, And that hair, those ears, just making you feel so very relaxed. But of course, we could mix things around, putting that pendulum in the other hand, being in my right hand, gently swaying it in front of you, and then with that left hand of mine, gently brushing your body, those shoulders, those arms, that chest, and of course that face. It feels very, very good, doesn't it? But let's explore that imagination some more, shall we? We've thought about a person. We've thought about a couple environments. We've thought about a couple sounds, but I think we could indulge further in that. You've already been relaxing to that voice of mine, and you've thought about the waves of an ocean going on the sandy beach, and of course, that fireplace in this cabin, and that campfire outside of it, crackling and burning that wood. What else could we think of? Well, we could think of a gentle breeze blowing. In any of those environments, that wind can be so calm, so peaceful, as well as refreshing in one of those hotter environments too. One of my favorites to think about as well is the rain gently falling from the sky. And that rain can go anywhere around your body or around nature, landing on trees and bushes, the grass, even in a body of water like that ocean or maybe a lake or a pond. Anything really. And that's an interesting one, thinking about that water and that rain, because it can almost make you think about being in the shower and having that water fall on you, feeling so good against your body, whether it be a cold, refreshing shower or a warm and toasty hot shower. It's a very, very good thought in that mind. But let's explore those words some more. We've thought about persons, some locations, and a variety of different relaxing sounds. What else is there to think about with that imagination? Well, a taste. And tastes can be very subjective, but also endless in possibilities. Could be a food for breakfast or lunch or dinner, or even a snack or a dessert. And think about your favorite foods that you enjoy. Maybe it's a type of sandwich, maybe it's a type of soup. There's so many different possibilities. And I'll just continue to list a few that maybe you like, maybe not. But it's all about that sensation, that imagination, just having time freeze, falling deeper into that relaxation. You could think about hamburgers, or maybe mashed potatoes, a vegetable like broccoli or corn, maybe steak, chicken, French fries, ice cream, hot dogs, an endless list of foods to enjoy. And then there are smells, and those smells can be attached with those foods too. That aroma, maybe from a delicious pepperoni pizza. That smell can be so hypnotic. And think about your favorite foods with those smells, those sensations. If it was the first time you had it, or one that continues to pull you back in. Maybe stir fry, chicken fried rice. So many different possibilities. And with that, I think we've explored all of those words. Person, place, sound, taste, or smell. I feel like we could indulge a little further in those smells though, because they're not just limited to foods. They can be environmental. Maybe it could be the smell of that wood burning. Or maybe the smell when it rains, especially in a forest, can feel so natural, so unique, so exotic, so relaxing. Think about smells you enjoy. Maybe something that could be artificial too. The smell of vanilla or orange, cherry, strawberry, watermelon. I guess that can go with taste too, almost making me think of ice cream flavors. But I think we've explored all of those topics well enough for now. Hopefully, you found this experience very, very relaxing. Maybe you're still awake listening to that soft voice of mine. Or maybe you've already fallen asleep. And as you are going through those adventures in your mind, dreaming, I'm just continuing to seep through those ears, almost like a lullaby, making you feel so, so safe and comfortable and at peace. Sometimes that's all we need is a voice talking to us, telling us that every little thing is gonna be okay. And I promise it is. Because each day is a new day. Each week is a new week. Each month is a new month. And each year is a new year. As long as you believe in yourself, you'll have nothing at all to fear. Focus on building a future ahead, making it happy, healthy, and successful. Because you could almost look at your life as a book. And each day is a new page. What is this page going to be about? what are you going to do? Something like that can be very motivational and inspirational. That there may be no answer entirely to the meaning of life, but with that question mark, it provides us an opportunity to fill in the blank. More specifically, what our meaning is, what we want to do, what legacy we will leave, and how we will impact this world. But with that, again, I want to thank you for joining me for this experience. I'm grateful that you wanted to listen to my voice, what I have to say, and hopefully this experience has been one you want to revisit, feeling so calm, so relaxed, and so safe. Using that imagination, thinking about that fluffy Novabeast can be so alluring. This tall, fluffy dragon-like creature just holding you close, wrapping that tail around you, and brushing your face. If it's you just relaxing or eventually falling asleep, it can feel so good. But I will always be here. I will always be here for you if you want me. I'll be here to make you feel relaxed and calm and safe. I'll be here for you. And I'll make sure that every little thing is okay. And when we are apart, believe in yourself. Be confident, be strong. That it's okay being alone and you can be comfortable with that. That you can create success, create magic in this life. Every little thing will be okay. I promise. But until next time, hopefully I will see you again. And I'll have that beautiful opportunity to make you feel so relaxed, so warm and safe. With that soft voice of mine, with that soft fluffy fur on my body. And of course with those paws too. Those hands brushing your face, your body, just making you feel so good. Again, thank you for joining me for this experience. I hope you have a good day or a good night. Everything will be okay. I promise. Believe in yourself, and you'll have nothing at all to fear.